Can I tell you what hooks me in a trailer?
Yeah.
Jacob Elordi. Thank you for coming on my podcast.
Of course.
You know the rules of this podcast?
No.
So the rules are, we have 30 minutes on the clock to talk about anything and everything. At the end, you look at the camera and you decide if we should start a podcast.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds easy to me.
Are you ready for the clock to start?
I thought it already started.
This clock. This clock.
Go for it.
Click it for me.
Demach.
Dihann, if we started a podcast,
Yes.
what's the first thing that you talk about?
How everyone needs to present themselves the way they should be presented.
Explain.
Yeah. So, as many people know, what I do is basically make things look better and look cooler.
Mm-hmm.
But that also goes on with, like, personally, right?
Okay.
How you present yourself, your outfits. I know you're a big fan of that.
Am I?
Yes.
How would you rate my outfit right now?
10 out of 10.
Okay, well, thank you
Yes.
very much.
Love the matching set. And it's,
YD,
yes.
sale, 200
Yes.
bucks for
I
the
didn't
set.
even notice.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay. Are you a believer in the fact that if you dress good, you feel good, you do good?
Of course. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah?
like, if you go to the gym or run, right, if you wear a matching set,
Yeah,
you'll feel better. You'll look better, right?
fair enough.
Yeah. And
What do you wear to the gym?
I basically just wear a black tank top and then black shorts and then my, like, functional hit shoes. And that's it.
You dress good,
Yeah.
you feel good,
Yes.
you do good.
100%.
To what extent does that apply in everyday scenarios?
Every
Because
day.
can I just,
Yeah.
for
go
me,
for it.
when I go to the gym,
Yeah.
I don't dress good. I
Why?
dress for convenience
Yeah.
because I'm not there to feel good. I'm there to work on myself.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean I don't think I have to dress in a certain way to achieve that.
Yeah, well, every day there's like 3 aspects of our days, right?
Mhm.
It's when you wake up, you're at home or just at home.
Yeah,
You go to work or you go gym. Well, that's between you and me, I guess.
sure.
Well, work and uni. Those 3 different aspects, if you just try that 1% of like feeling better, like
Okay.
looking good, then it might boost your confidence that, you know, like for example, if something goes wrong, at least you still look and feel good. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me then, what do you do that makes the extra 1% for you in every day?
Well, I make sure to have all my layers. So if I think about layers,
Ooh, okay.
all right, layers is not necessarily like winter, right?
Sure.
Just think about it as like, do you have sunscreen on, right? Or do you have a moisturizer on?
Okay.
Are you wearing perfume? All the invisible stuff, the layers, you need that
Sure.
to make you feel better. Doesn't necessarily have to be external appearances.
Okay.
But let's just say like you're feeling fat that day. Do you
Yeah.
have something to cover up that fat? That would make me feel better. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. Because I grew up as a fat kid and I always had to be doing this type of shit.
I
you know?
think I grew up as a fat
Yeah.
kid as well, and like this was a go-to. It was like, oh, I don't want anyone to see my stomach.
By the way, he did not. We went to primary school together. He was not fat.
I started getting fat in year 9, and I'll tell you why. It's
Yeah.
because when I was in year 9, I was not very socially confident,
Uh-huh.
and so I found it very easy in group scenarios when you had something in your hands to chew and eat on.
Yeah.
It gave you an excuse not to be the most charming person because you were
Okay.
eating. You couldn't talk when your mouth was full. It was rude. So I sort of gradually started eating more and more,
Yeah.
and that sort of fed into my little social awkwardness. And then when I was in year 10, I thought that's enough. And then I discovered someone called Chloe Ting on
Okay.
YouTube.
Okay.
She was very big in COVID.
Yeah.
Her, 10-minute ab workout, shredded, guys.
That's crazy.
6-week program.
There's moments like that, like for example, year 9 to year 10 as well.
Mm.
Well, I started adding on layers. Like for
Sure.
example, you start adding on fat or food to keep eating, right? That's an extra layer that you don't want,
Yeah.
right? Well, that's also an invisible layer that you can get rid of. So
Okay.
I think of it as like layers and how you present yourself on a daily basis. And I feel like it can be both visible or invisible.
I like that actually. I had a similar mindset. I mean, and especially in high school. And every morning it'd just have to be, I have to wear lip balm, moisturizer, deodorant, because that made me, even if I looked objectively clapped,
Yeah.
at least I felt hot.
Yeah.
It's a state of mind.
Exactly. Like I picture it like, let's just say like, let's pretend it in a way where like with what we do at work, well,
Sure.
what I do for work, right? There's so many layers that adds on to what makes that 1% better. And think of it as like literally like icing on the cake type.
Yeah.
If you don't have that icing on the cake, that little bit of fondant or those tiny little sprinkles, those things are gonna what it's what it's gonna make it look better and present better.
Okay.
More enticing for people to eat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
You look so enticing right now.
Let them
Icing on
eat
your
cake.
Let them eat cake. Do you know
I
how
heard
to...
that expression somewhere.
Yeah, it's
recently.
the one that Marie Antoinette apparently said.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Marie Antoinette.
Oh, yeah. You know,
La Reine de la
because I
France.
recently watched Now You See Me, and there was a scene. Number three.
The magic
number
show?
three. Number three.
Oh, okay. How was it actually?
It's actually not bad. It was quite abrupt.
Oh.
I love magic. Like anything magic. Ever since, like, literally, I'm in love with Harry Potter.
Okay.
Not the guy, but the movie.
What's the dream house to be in? I know you're a Gryffindor.
Yeah.
But if you were to choose any
Gryffindor.
house, Gryffindor?
Yeah.
For me, Ravenclaw.
Why?
Intelligence, like
So you're calling me dumb?
erudite. Huh?
Uh-huh.
What did you say?
Calling me dumb?
No, I'm
just kidding.
Are you excited for the HBO series?
Yes. My Andre, my brother, is excited for it.
Okay.
I thought it was coming out like literally 2 months ago.
No, it's
Because they put it out. It's like they're coming out soon.
yeah.
But what I'm most excited about is Avengers Doomsday. I'm the biggest.
You're
MCU
big into
nerd.
Marvel.
I'm very big into Marvel. Like I
Okay.
watch every single movie. I can tell like every single scene within the Infinity series. the
Wow.
saga. And like I've always had a Thor costume and the Mjolnir, like the hammer.
Yeah.
But the Thor's hammer, I've always had that in a costume ever since I was a kid.
Can I ask you, why do you think people love Marvel so much? Because for me, I don't like it because it's fantasy make-believe. I know there are other things that I like that are fantasy make-believe, but I just find it a bit too...
I think there's some sort of realism with it. That's what I like about it. Whenever I look at Now You See Me, right? Whenever they do some sort of trick of some sort, even like obviously Harry Potter is really not real.
Yeah.
But whenever I look at Now You See Me, how can they make this the reveal part of things? How they make it feel real is what makes it a good movie. So if I link it back to MCU, right? The fact that there's multiverses confirm that sure, it's not real, but it might be real in another universe. Does that make sense? We're just another part of that alternate universe.
Damn.
But it's still existing. So that's what I love about like the make-believe. Well, actually, in a way, Harry Potter did it. So in a way, they set it up in a real scene, in a real location in London.
Yeah.
And that the only way you go through to the actual underworld is to become like an actual wizard, right? So what if there's actually a part of that? So like in movies, whenever there's like fantasy or something like that, if it doesn't show some sort of realism, it's not a good fantasy movie. But that's what I love about it. Does that make
I
sense?
like that.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go.
If a multiverse was real,
Yeah.
and there was a multiverse Dihann,
Yeah.
what would he be doing?
Fucking I don't fucking know.
Like, well, let's trace it back to the roots. You
I would
studied,
probably be in the Philippines,
okay.
and God knows what I'm doing.
You studied architecture.
Yes.
And then you founded your own creative studio.
Yes.
You've worked with brands like New Balance,
Yeah.
Hokka,
Yeah.
Barry's,
Yeah. Nike now.
Barry's,
Nike.
Nike.
now. Yeah. Recently.
Really?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Let's go.
It's coming out this Friday, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to know,
Mm.
was there a specific moment in time for you where you literally remember deciding, that's it, I'm going to switch?
Yeah. I think so.
What was it?
It was when I was in a lecture theater,
Yeah.
and I said, I'm not gonna do this shit right now.
Why not?
I'm not spending another year doing this anymore.
Okay.
It just seemed dreadful.
Okay.
And there's no like, sure, architecture is like very creative, but there's so much ceilings within it.
There's no liberty to move around.
Exactly.
You can't dance like you want to dance.
Exactly. But at the same time, I've found successes in content where I was making my own personal content, and I've worked with brands like supporting my personal brand.
Yeah.
But then I found that but that was with me doing architecture. But what I found is that what if I just get rid of the architecture side of it, I'll make content.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made you want to start content in the first place?
When I got into uni,
Yeah.
I was like, new chapter,
Yeah. New era, new me.
new era, new me.
No one
exactly.
knows me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's when I started making videos. Not like that. Started making videos.
Yeah.
And then just showcasing daily vlogs. And I actually find some successes within like I'm actually proud of that era.
Yeah,
But
you
it was
should
just
be.
so much. Like
Fair.
full-time uni and then doing all these other things like deliverables or whatever it is. But like,
it made you into who you are today.
Exactly. It made me have a different eye.
Okay.
Gain more skills.
What skills do you think you gained that you wouldn't have gained otherwise?
Well, during that time, so let's say second or third year of uni,
sure.
the skills would have been just like really like getting into what editing actually feels like, and at the same time like having like a vision of what a video would look like.
Okay.
But it's only until last year when I kind of like collated everything from like, you know, filming, directing, producing, color grading, like everything to like into one thing.
I mean, you actually are a one-man show.
Yeah.
You film everything, you edit everything, you produce everything, you reach out to the clients, you pitch to them, you work with brands like Nike. What's the hardest thing?
Honestly, the hardest thing is getting that feedback and be like, bro, like change the music.
Okay. So hearing what people have to say about your...
It's more so like, this is what I think it looks like and should feel and look, this is my vision. This is my vision. This is what the product should look like.
Yeah.
And the client doesn't believe in it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing.
Do you feel like then they're not believing in you?
At some point, you have to separate yourself.
Sure.
And I feel like I have.
Okay.
But obviously, there's still some time when like you're like, oh, bro, that's coming from me.
Yeah.
So one recent experience I've had with this, I'm working with like a creative director and a producer with the Nike stuff. And their main point of contact with Nike is them two, right?
Sure.
Firstly, they were like, I was like, I don't need to be in the meeting. Because this is like the first time seeing it and all that.
Yeah.
And then they're like, no, you should go. And I'm like, okay, I'll suss it out. And then during that, I was like, fuck, I don't really want to hear any like critics like about like my work.
Yeah.
But then as they started talking, like, you know, it's not just bad critics all the time. Sometimes it can be positive, right?
Yeah.
And so I found that as like, okay, like if I can absorb from Nike itself, like if there's any negative feedback, then surely I can absorb anything from this point forward.
Yeah.
So sometimes like putting yourself in that uncomfortable position of like, you know, I just need to hear what I need to hear.
Yeah.
The next time that someone tells me like, oh, this is not good, it's just like, that's nothing.
Tell me about the worst story that you've had.
I love telling this story because it's both good and bad.
Sure.
Good now, bad during the moment.
Okay.
So I was at my friend's place and I got a phone call and basically saying like,
no, wait, set the scene. What year was it? What were you wearing?
Sorry, yeah, okay, great. All right, let's set the scene.
Set the scene.
So this was last year.
Right.
May. So literally like a year ago.
Sure.
Which is crazy to me, right? That's exactly a year ago. And it's important why it's a year ago.
Okay.
So basically worked with a client for wearing a retainer.
Yeah.
But second month into it, they were basically like, oh, we're not happy with how it's going. Firstly, they were really hard to work with. Like literally like really, really hard to work with.
Sure.
Everything was last minute. Feedbacks, revisions were so misplaced.
Okay.
There's so much stakeholders, but they don't know what they want. And I was basically like doing everything as well.
Sure.
And it's big production, small budget. Everything can go wrong. Literally everything. So I'm trying to hold it together. Anyways, got a phone call. I was excuse me. I was at a friend's house. I was gonna go gym. And then I basically got that phone call. They said it's gonna be a 5-minute phone call. It turned into a 30-minute phone call, which fucking ruined my schedule. Number one.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is taking so long. So I went inside. I was staying in the car in the first 5 minutes. And I'm like, this is taking so long. So I went inside my friend's place, got the phone call there. And then one thing that really struck me like during that conversation was not even the marketing person or the owner, but the operations person literally said, you need us if you want to work with more brands, especially Nike and that type of level.
Okay, the ego came in.
Yeah. The ego came in, but it's that line, you need us. And I'm like, I don't fucking need you.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's when I'm the moment of like, I'm not working with you guys anymore.
Sure.
So we left it as like, oh yeah, like we'll
see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Ever since then, my mindset changed into everything. No one can belittle me like this. This is not worth it at all.
Yeah.
I'm going to work so hard to not just prove you, but to prove future brands or businesses that wants to work with me that you can't say you need me.
Yeah.
And I feel like that goes along with any other creative that's out there. There's so many people who are talented, but they get so shammed by these, not even big corporations, literally like these teams that they think they're top shit, but they're not.
Okay. But how many years into Datu Studios was this when it happened?
4 months.
4 months?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask you, I'd assume this was at least after 1 year, but do you think your mindset about this situation would have changed if it was just fresh, brand new? This was your first client. You would have been so eager to please them, not lose them.
Of course, 100%. 100%. I think over time I've learned to set boundaries.
Yeah.
And I've learned to like whether to gauge whether there's like, do I please the client or not? I've actually got like a 3-step criteria for that.
Go for it.
So like, wait, can we finish first? Like what happened? So like basically like they said that you need us to work with brands like Nike.
Sure.
A year later, not even a year, but literally like 11 months later, we're working with Nike. Hey.
What's your 3-step criteria?
Cool. There's 3 things that I look for whenever I work with a client. Number 1, big budget.
Okay.
Cool.
Give me the money.
Give me the money. Exactly.
Where does it go? Yeah.
Exactly. Number 2, is there a future with them? Do they lead me to new clients, referrals, opportunities? Sure. Number 3, would that look good in my portfolio? Okay. So my criteria is that if at least 1 or 2 of those things are there, I'm gonna go ahead. But if none of it are there, I won't go ahead. Okay. So let's just pretend this. So that client I had, no budget, portfolio, maybe. Sure. Number 3, would I work with them more and more? Would they lead me to more work? No. Hell no. Okay. And I wouldn't necessarily promote them. Okay. Myself. Okay. So, yeah.
When you're working with a big company like Mikey.
My God.
Mikey?
Should you really start a podcast?
Should I really start a podcast? Let's spit in my words. When you start working with a big company like Nike, how is that different from working with other companies that might not be as established?
You know, it's so funny. Literally the day before the Nike stuff, I worked with a small business, literally, and I saw the big jump of like the level of production, the high stakes, your heart beats faster. Okay. Literally, like you're sweating a little bit more just as Nike, just because the stakes there, you know.
Fair enough.
It's high stakes. It's like you're in law, right? Yeah. You're just working in the firm, but if you're in court, like it's a different level. You can feel the environment. Yeah. And so, I guess like if you put it in a way where it's like, in terms of comfortability, it's definitely uncomfortable to work in a bigger company. But if you put it in a way where it's like, I'm going to do this shit the best way I can, of course, you're going to put that 100% in the bigger company than the small business.
Okay. Yeah. But these bigger companies like Nike, when you work with them, how do you feel that they're putting the pressure on you?
Honestly, just like I know you would love this, but like, just fucking use me.
With these bigger companies, and do you feel like the ceiling is lower or higher, or is it more malleable?
They're what?
Like more flexible?
In terms of?
In terms of letting you do what you do, trusting your vision?
No.
Or are they more strict with you?
Everything is down to the detail.
Okay.
Like a centimeter. Like literally if a text is a centimeter off, they're gonna know. Wow. Yeah, if they hear the sound, like literally like none of these small businesses would know. But if they hear a sound where it's like, oh, like there's a whoosh sound that doesn't supposed to be sound like that. So those type of things, like those details where like no one would ever pick up on, they will pick up on.
Do you feel like that's something architecture primed you for?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. I think how architecture helped me with my business now and what I do is having the eye. Whenever I tell people, let's just say like that Nike, like the meeting that we had where it's just initial, I haven't closed the deal yet and shit. Like when I told them I studied architecture, and whenever I told like maybe these people who are still like medium-sized brands that I study architecture, they already know that you have the eye for it. You have the vision. You can see it in a much wider perspective and not just down to the song or that edit. Does that make sense? Because an architect itself, right? An architect itself is the one that basically plans and drafts everything to be building. But what happens if you get the builder and the architect together, which is me, and you bring it together? It's a package.
And you're going back to study masters in architecture.
I am.
Tell me why.
I want to upskill myself.
Okay.
So basically, like, Virgil Abloh.
I do not.
Virgil Abloh is the,
Oh, I do.
Yes,
Sorry,
yes.
of course.
Virgil Abloh is the creative director was the creative director of Louis Vuitton and owner of Off-White.
He passed away, right?
He did pass away, which is really sad because he's like my biggest mentor in a way. And he's the reason why I went to architecture, because he did go to architecture. There's a reason why I studied architecture is because he also studied architecture. And him being the creative director of, obviously I don't want to be a creative director of Louis Vuitton, but creative direction itself is something I want to do in life.
Okay.
And I feel like I resonate with his design, his style, his ethos, which is basically like, his ethos is like doing as much projects as he can in one time. Another one is keep it simple, but steal from 10 different inspirations. And that's how you make it. And then the last one is like have your own signature.
Okay.
And I feel like if you build over time what those three are, you'll be fine.
What do you think your signature is?
When it comes to video, like to say like if it's like a normal hype or hero film or whatever, my signature is literally probably like the color grading of it. And
I saw your campaigns. It was so
like vivid, but at the same time, like it's also like the whooshes and like what I do actually is like I do a long start that establishes everything, and then boom, 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 and then it goes again. Yeah. So if you see it like in a graph, it's like that, and then goes down again.
Interesting.
And I also used to do music, like you know that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and so like I think a big part of it as well, like I'm good with beats. And so like how I see or visualize like clips is with beats. Yeah. Right? Is it 4x4 or 3x4? Yeah. And then I basically make the sound fall into these beats and the clips. And that's what makes a good movie, right? So why do you get hooked with trailers? It's this boom, 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 boom. Does that make sense?
It does. I just don't watch trailers.
Yeah.
Well,
no one really does, but when you do watch a trailer, how it hooks you and how it hooks the music hooks you, and this is with every single trailer. There's not a single trailer that doesn't do this, but those clips land on a big hit, or they call it a bram, and that's what basically like makes a scene epic or powerful.
And how did you learn this?
Watching a lot of movies.
Okay. Yeah. Can I tell you what hooks me in a trailer?
Yeah.
Jacob Elordi. Can I tell you my favorite film that I said before? Inside Out 2.
Inside Out 2?
Yes.
I love Inside Out 2.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
What's your favorite scene?
Probably when, okay, in the movie, there's a scene where Joy is yelling to someone across a chasm.
Yeah.
And they called it sarcasm.
Yeah. And that was funny.
I just remember thinking so hardly, like in the trailer, like the people that come up with this must be so creatively on.
Yeah.
I could never think of something like that.
See, like, I'm thinking those tiny little details there, right?
Yeah.
That happens to me, right? And I feel like it's spur in the moment type things. They don't plan those.
Sure.
Like in the midst of creating or editing it, they're like, you know what? Like they're like at night, one person in that whole team creating it. Yeah. You know what? Let's call it this.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like sometimes you need a lot of those in life to like make the right decision. And that's why like that's how I made that decision of me going from architecture to having Datu Studios.
Okay.
Because of that spur in the moment, like, you know what? I'm going to do this.
You said you wanted to be creative director someday. Yeah. For a brand that move. That's your motto for Datu Studio. Yeah. Do you think that's going to change?
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm being honest with you right now and the world, I don't think I'm just going to be a creative director for just Datu Studios. I think I want to be creative director for like Nike. Yeah. Or like, like a big brand that's already established. Okay. But within the sporting world.
I want to ask, why do you want to be creative director in the fitness industry or for brands that are more sporty?
Firstly, not as a creative director, but why I want to be part of it, the energy is just insane. Okay. Like if you go to the offices, sometimes it's a bit high intensity, but it's like you know, like for example, like if someone asks you why are you Asian, like you can't really answer that. Like my parents are Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's an answer that you can't fathom with words, but you walk in an office, you create things, or the things that are being produced, when you see it and you feel it, it's a different type of energy. Everyone's just highly ambitious and energetic, and it's just so like, if you take that part of it, right? If you go into the office with that amount of energy, you go home with that amount of energy, you're like living life right.
I feel like you're living with a Red Bull.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, I've known you for 13 years.
Yeah.
We grew up in year 4 together.
Yeah.
Now you have your own business.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing that you've learnt?
That is a deep question.
That is a deep question.
Everything comes in seasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain.
I'll keep going with that though. Everything comes in seasons. Once you find your momentum, you gotta ride the wave. Literally.
Clock it.
Yeah. Honestly, like that's very, very prominent with me, because if you look at it in a way where it's like this business plans and shit, right? In a big corporation, you can keep those waves riding. Picture it in a way where it's like in the ocean, there's like swelling. I'm not a surfer, by the way, but
sure.
Yeah. But there's seasons where like it's windy and the swells are so big, you gotta ride those waves, right? You just gotta keep it going until you run out, or until the waves basically like die out, right? And I feel like that's what that's what I've learned in business. That's what I've learned in school.
Okay.
In architecture.
Yeah.
When you find the momentum, you got to keep it going as much as you can, as much as possible, and you got to milk the shit out of it. You
founded your own creative studio. You've worked with brands like Nike.
Yeah.
What was your biggest pinch me moment personally, where you felt like, damn, I'm proud of myself?
First pinch moment was when pinch moment. First pinch me moment was when I did a campaign with Hokka.
Sure.
With the athlete's foot. And that campaign was basically like national, right? So they posted it on socials, but they also posted it in like TV stores and everything, right? So that was my big break. That was during around like June last year. For the first 6 months of that year, my parents basically didn't know what the fuck I was doing. No, they were like, they had some idea, but they weren't really supporting.
Yeah.
Every time I come home, it's just like, you know, like,
how's photography?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, how's like the little thingy that you're doing, right? So I didn't feel valued or worth it. And I just feel like it really affected with my mindset on how I presented myself. But ever since I saw that in person, ever since they saw that in person, it was both the pinch me moment of like, whoa, that's how they reacted from it. Wow, I can't believe it's my work on screen. That's my pinch me moment of like, damn, okay, let's keep this going. This is the momentum. I gotta ride the wave. Exactly.
Okay. Good answers.
Yeah. I remember this now.
In every podcast, they have a section where they ask very, very deep questions so that I can, you know, everyone can get to know you a bit better. Dihann, you've worked for many iconic brands, Nike, Barry's, New Balance.
Anyways.
Barry's, they're known for their cardio footwork. New Balance, Nike, they're known for their shoes. What's the connection between you and feet?
Nothing. I have feet.
You shoot them a lot. You focus on them. You color grade them.
I do. That's why I cover it. You know,
put whooshes all over them.
I do.
Okay.
I mean, Nike is built with whooshes.
And you don't like feet.
I don't love the feet. That's why we cover it up.
Dihann.
Yeah.
As someone who carries cameras a lot, you have pretty big forearms.
Oh no.
Is that the only reason why you have big forearms?
Yes. And I go to the gym. That's it.
Dihann.
Yes.
Your studio, Datu Studio, specializes in content for brands that move.
Yes.
Are you being ableist?
What?
Well, Dihann, I want you to look in the camera right there.
Yeah.
Give a Love Island confession as to whether you'd start a podcast with me.
I don't know what Love Island is, but I think you should start a podcast.
Should we start a podcast?
I think so. 100%. I feel like I'm just so soft-spoken and you're like so loud.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that if that was a.
That was a compliment. That was a compliment.
You're so loud.
You know, it's like, think about it as like peanut butter and jam. You know, jam's like a bit more sweet. Peanut butter is like,
Who?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is very wrong.
Can I ask, what the hell does this mean?
Oh, this, okay. This means like, I'll clock it. You clock it,
that
bitch.
mean?
It's
What
like,
is
oh,
that?
you,
What is
hey. It's like,
that?
oh, fucking
What
period.
else?
Yeah, let's clock it. I love it when straight people come on.
Okay.